Hi, Soul Family. So Bea and I are on our magical trail, and every time I bring her her water cup, she doesn't drink out of it. So this time I didn't bring it, and now she's dying of heat. So we're not gonna hike a big distance. We came all the way up here and we're up a wall. And I'm kind of hiding out behind the tree because I'll be blinded when the sun hits me. So, hello lion, right? So let's choose our items. Now it's kind of murky because of, I don't know why. Maybe just the direction that the sun is in right now. But I should have done this live so then I could zoom in and see what you guys are looking at. But we've got the goddess on the side of the lion. There's the big lion's mane, right? There's his body. At the very top of the lion's head, there's a squirrel that sits with a tree in his lap. I saw that story years ago, and the squirrel, he kept going everywhere trying to plant his trees, and he wasn't successful. And finally, he came back and he bowed down at the father's feet. He finally fell down, and the father said, "Don't you know all I've ever wanted was for you to be happy?" And he came back. So there's a story with that squirrel. The goddess is relying on the father. This is the father, right? And then in front of the lion, we've got the dog, the cat, and then the cat's got a dog next to her. And it's so funny right now, I can actually see the cat's face with the little fat, you know, the whiskers, the little mounds they have right there. So, okay, we're gonna work with 2 decks today. We're working with the Magdalene Oracle. Your items to choose from will be the goddess, the father, which is the grandfather, right? The mountain, the cat and the dog, and the squirrel. So we're going back to 4. And now if you choose, you can do fire signs for the goddess, which doesn't make sense. So let me do it differently. You're gonna do, the lion's gonna be fire signs, the goddess is going to be water signs, the squirrel is going to be earth signs, and the dog and the cat with the dog, they'll be air signs, if you wanna do it that way, okay? Sometimes people do, so here we go. I'm gonna put you down this way. Oh yeah, sun went behind a cloud, so it's nice and cool. We're gonna start with the goddess. So the goddess is water signs, correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What is the message that you want to give for the people who chose the goddess? Correct for neutrality. Spirit says, when the great wave comes, go to the mountain. So the goddess has come to the mountain, and she's resting her back on the mountain. She or he, right? Okay, there it is. So the message is, God. Well, that's a good one because God's the one who said it. Can you guys see that? I think that you can. I think I just want to kind of hold the phone in between my knees like that so you guys can actually just look at the card. This is probably a good spot for us. So right now you might be questioning, you know, is there a God? Does God even freaking exist? And if there is, where the hell is he? When I need him, when I'm going through whatever I'm going through, the greatest need of my life, whenever I feel freaking all by myself, where is God? So Spirit's basically saying to you, you're not alone. You're never alone. This, I see an eye. And within the eye, there are all of these eyes. And there's all of this energy moving constantly in flux all around us. It's always constant movement. So Spirit says, whatever you've been going through, we've heard your cries. We've heard your heart. And we want you to know. Your father, mother wants you to know we love you. And we are surrounding you. So right now, I don't know if you're going to get a ray from the sun, but it would be nice to use a ray from the sun because the message is accept the healing light. So here's the healing, right? Is it coming on me? Imagine, it's what it is. The sun is extremely healing, the natural vitamin D. I haven't been sleeping because of what I'm going through with Willow, and how long have you guys heard that story from me? I haven't been sleeping. It's been years, right? It's been so long since I've had decent sleep. So right now, we're going to be healed by the light of the Lord. Right? Here we go. So feel that healing going into your 3rd eye. Accept it. Have it go into your throat chakra. Have it go into your heart chakra. Just accept the healing. That Spirit, oh, look at the 2 doves right then. That was no mistake. So for you who chose the goddess, the doves talk about taking a breath. Who are you? What a cool little flyer that one was. But the goddess is the energy of the goddess. It's the energy of relaxing. That's what she's doing. She's leaning up against the mountain. Spirit says, take a breath. You've been working too hard. Do you see the lines in the sky? I love those lights in the sky. They're so beautiful. So the dove represents peace, soulmate connection, taking a breath, pausing, relaxing, prophecy, right? And right now, Spirit is saying with those who chose the goddess, this God energy is telling you that we have heard everything and we're sending you love right now. Please allow that light to fill you. Whatever you need to look at, like right now, is that shining on you the way it's shining on me? Close your eyes and let that go in. Beam me up, Scotty. Fill me with that divine healing light. Call on the light and bring it in. Allow it to fill you and surround you. Let go of whatever you're concerned about, whatever you're fearing right now. Accept the healing that's being offered. A lot of times when we get freaking stressed out, we try to figure it out ourselves. And we swim against the current. We're not in the flow. And things get more difficult. I'm seeing so many totems flying around right now. A little hummingbird just went flying by. The hummingbird says you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself as well as others. But lighten up, trust, accept, let go, right? There's so many twists and turns along our way. But Spirit says you're going to be happy at where you end up. You will be happy. Maybe you're not happy right now. Maybe you're having a hard time right now. But you're going to be happy where you end up. Okay, so that was for the goddess. I'm going to go to this next deck. This next deck is pretty deep, so I'm going to try and make it quick since I've chosen to go 4 messages. Wow, we're getting a message right away, and it's called After the Storm. The snowy owl, the silent flyer, and look at that. Look at the Metatron's cube that he's holding. So Archangel Metatron might be prominent in your life right now. He's definitely prominent. Wow, as soon as I said that, the light started getting brighter. So Metatron might be in your life right now. The owl is talking about seeing through the deception, past the illusion, through the illusion. The number is 1, so 1 is always about new beginnings. And clearly there's been a storm in your life. So, oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you guys, this is for those who chose the lion, okay? The one, I'm going that way across the mountain. So for those who chose the lion, it's after the storm. So now, maybe the storm hasn't hit. Great, right? Maybe you're in the midst of it. Maybe it's headed your way, or maybe you're just coming out the other side of it right now. But don't make it mean more than it actually is. Spirit says you don't have to be fearful of it. I love thunderstorms myself, so you can get excited about it, because we talked about this in my with my client today. And I was saying, you know, allow the storm to come and wash away, because the storm is Spirit's way. This chaos is their way of rearranging things. And when everything gets put back down, it's going to be put back down in a better place. So for this message right here, that's what's going on. But I can't help but keep thinking that this owl is bringing forward this Metatron's cube. So Metatron, he balances and clears the chakras. He's in charge of all of the esoteric symbols, you know, the flower of life, Merkaba, Metatron's cube. So maybe there's a storm building around you, and maybe you're fearful of it. Maybe it's emotions. Maybe you feel like you're a volcano that's about to go off. Maybe there's pressure coming from outside or within. Whatever it is, it's out of your control. Maybe you feel that way, like I can't control what's happening right now. And Spirit says you're right, you can't. So just allow it, because just like in nature, there are like the lightning strikes the ground, a fire starts, we've got a storm, right? And it's got to be allowed to run its course. What's going on is it's releasing energy that was stagnant. Whether we prefer to be bored or stuck rather than going through the storm, you know, or maybe you prefer the storm and you love that way of, okay, now it's going to clear everything away and now I can fly forward, right? Whatever it is, either way, there's gifts coming. And so maybe this one's bringing you a gift. Someone literally may be bringing you a gift, is what I'm getting from Spirit. So sometimes the storm has to happen because there's pressure that's been building for such a long time that it's things that we haven't changed, we haven't worked on, we haven't addressed, and this is Spirit's way of forcing the issue, right? So maybe right now, I don't even know what the storm's about, but don't be fearful. Don't lose your confidence about being able to handle and get yourself to the other side. And if you don't know, well, I don't really feel like there's a storm around me right yet. Spirit says there is a storm coming. And if you want, it can be exciting for you. it can be a way for you to uncover and see what's new. And you're going to be confident. Whatever it is that's happening or soon is going to happen, this storm of sorts, this always comes after the storm, right? It's going to clear away things. It's going to clear away your energy. It's going to open things up for you, give you new ways of doing things. So Spirit's saying right now, if you've been already praying for help, Spirit says again, we've heard you and we are responding to you. So we're going to step in and we're going to shake the shit up because we want to sort things out in a better way for you. So allow this cleansing to take place. There's a poem in this book. I'm gonna read this to you. Storms so wild, storms of grace, I call your blessing into my heart now. May I release and let go. May I be revitalized and grow. I open up my heart to you now. Storms of grace, I stand my ground as I allow your magic to cleanse and surround. Any outgrown energy which I no longer need, anything which will sap or deplete rather than feed. Storms of grace, merciful earth, with your help, I experience rebirth. So then put your hands together in prayer. Close your eyes. Through divine creative genius, this is now so. And so it is. All right. So for those who chose, let's just look up this glorious red mountain with these really cool trees, those really cool pine cones, and that really cool blue sky. And this really cool dog. You been chewing on stuff, goofball? Scorpion came into our house yesterday. I flattened it without knowing it. Okay, that might be a message for someone. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the squirrel atop the mountain. For those who chose the squirrel. Correct for neutrality for those who chose the squirrel. For those who chose the squirrel. I'd let you see it, but when I lean my cards over like this, oftentimes the card goes flying down the hill and I don't want to have to go get it. I could try. Correct for neutrality. Spirit, you could pull it and make it real easy for me. For those who chose the squirrel, for those who chose the squirrel, this is actually good timing because we'll still have the sun up, but the breeze is kind of cooling things down, and then I can kind of hike down a little bit and she won't be too hot. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose this, there we go. All right, so this is an interesting one. War and peace. Look at the images. So, right now, there's a war. It's in your head. It's a war between your heart and your mind. That's a difficult one. What should I do? What do I want to do, right? There's a clash. My logical mind says this, but my heart wants this, right? My heart's pulling me this way, but my mind is pulling me this way. And it's creating stress for me. So the way that you overcome it is to encompass all of it. Use your heart with your mind. Be logical with common sense, but trust what your heart's telling you right now. It's the only way that you're going to find peace. You have to come to a compromise with your mind and your heart. Any fear that you have, okay, there it is. I see it. Like clearly, if you're having a war going on, there's a lot about war right now, isn't there? There's a lot about that. So clearly, if you're having a war going on, you're unsettled. You know, something's not feeling peaceful. It doesn't feel good to be in a war zone. It doesn't feel good. So maybe you have a war zone in your family. Maybe you have, like I have, what's going on with Willow. It's not fun for me. And so, but you have to look at it. What's the worst that can happen, right? Okay, well, I see it. I understand it. And get peaceful with it is basically the message. So the heart is flowing in water. The heart is flowing. So the seat of your emotions. So no matter what my mind says, no matter what my heart says, I know I have to do what I feel is right. And only by acknowledging, accepting, and doing what I feel is right am I going to be happy, right? I can't do it based on what makes you happy. When I do what I know I need to do, I'm going to be closer to achieving what it is that is best for me. Clearly, I'm going to be rational about the decisions that I'm making, but I want to have my heart motivated, right? Yes, practical logic has a place there, But so does inspiration, and so does excitement, and so does love and passion. It has to have a place too. And all of that has to come together in a harmonious way in order to achieve what it is that's best for you, right? All right. So now we go to the cat and dog. Why, we're moving along really quick. We did this well. I thought it was going to take me too long to do this. The Sacred Rebels is the other deck. I don't know if I showed you. This is the Sacred Rebel deck. I haven't used it in 100 years. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Boy, Bay is still freaking hot up here. Big sigh. Hey. Yeah? Are you up on your mountain? Dingo doggy? Okay. Correct for neutrality on all levels. You want to look that way? All right. Correct for neutrality. For those who chose the cat and dog. For those who chose the cat and dog. For those who chose the cat and dog. This deck feels good. I put lavender oil all over my ankles and feet because I sat out in my backyard doing that little short video yesterday for like, what? How long did I do it? 8 minutes, and I was completely eaten alive by mosquitoes. So that's another reason we came up here. I knew there wouldn't be mosquitoes out here. My backyard's just soaked with water from the monsoon still, and a lot of, there we go, a lot of moisture still there. What you want wants you. That's a cool looking card, isn't it? I love the silver. It kind of goes with my nails, right? The whole thing. Color coordinated. I'm all about that. So interesting. What you want wants you. And what's interesting about that too are the numbers. Because 1 and 6 together is 7. And 7 says you're on the right path. And it will exceed your expectations. So what you want wants you. You're reaching for it. What do you want? Can you believe? Can you trust and have faith and believe that what you want actually wants you too? That's a pretty cool thing. But maybe you don't believe it. Spirit says maybe you've been shamed or judged or made to feel guilty or denied over what it is that you actually truly want in your life. Pleasures or desires that you've had. And maybe you've developed a tricky, complicated relationship with your heart. Right? I don't know if I even trust what my heart's telling me. Or maybe I don't trust that I'm going to get what I want. Maybe even if second best we think is just as good. And I'm here to tell you, it's not. Second best is not good enough. Don't ever settle. Don't ever settle. I would rather be alone and lonely than married and miserable. That's one thing. Don't ever settle for less than you want and that you deserve. Just freaking don't. Because then you're telling the universe, I'll settle for second best. Don't settle. So right now, first, Spirit says there's a healing that needs to take place. Trust in what you really want. Not the substitutions, not the, okay, I'll make you do with this, but the fun. I said the other day, as I was in my closet getting dressed, I talked to Spirit and I said, I came here to enjoy this life. I came here to enjoy this world. I want to have fun. I want to play. I want a partner that wants to do that with me. I want somebody who loves to be out here, who sits on the side of a mountain, who will go at the last second. Let's do it. Spur of the moment, that likes action, that likes animals, that likes spirituality, that likes the stars. I want that. I want that. I want a playmate, a partner, someone that says they're proud of me, someone that wants to stand by me, someone that says, I love that she's a free spirit, somebody that doesn't try to control me, right? Someone like me. I want that. I deserve that. That's what I'm asking for. So Spirit says, what do you want? Because there is somebody out there that wants exactly what you want. Or it's something, right? I want to sing. I want to play a guitar. I want to write. I would like to be an animal rescuer. I would like to paint like my Uncle Phil. I do. I think I want to take a painting course. Or just, I don't know, maybe I just need to start painting. But if you don't know what you really want, then start exploring all the things that make you happy. What gets my juices flowing? What would I do in my spare time? If somebody says, if you wanted to do something, what is it that you like doing? Right? Start focusing on what makes you happy. Start focusing on where your heart is joyful, or what that environment that you're in, right? And then the answers, they may come really quickly. Oh yeah, I know what I want. Or it may take some time. But when you start getting clear on what you really want and what you really deserve, and you start to feel it, I know what I asked for specific things in my townhouse. I didn't know I was getting that townhouse, but I said, I want big windows. I want a view of Thunder Mountain that's not obstructed by wires. I want a little yard that's fenced in for Bea. I literally specifically asked for details, and I got everything that I wanted. And I thought, you know what, I should have been a little more specific. I should have said, I want to have my house right at the base of Thunder Mountain. That's where I want to be, right? I don't want to be driving all the way over here. And next time I'll say, I don't want a yard that's filled with mosquitoes. I don't like that. Ugh, it's the worst. So start getting clear, and that's how you start to manifest. You start visualizing, paint it, draw it, do a dream board. Keep dreaming about what it is that you're wanting, but don't imagine it's way far away. Imagine it as happening right now. Here it is right now. How does it feel? How do you feel? Do you feel comfortable? Are you peaceful? Are you happy? Are you excited? What is it? Get those feelings, because I started looking at pictures of the most expensive homes. They were gorgeous, $700,000 townhouses. And they literally had what I have in my place. My place ended up being a small scale of what I looked at. But I got really excited looking at the pictures. So if there are people in your life that are shutting you down, telling you that, no, you're never going to get it, you're aiming too high, screw that noise. They need to get healed as well. Give yourself permission to heal the idea that you can't have what you want. And know that whether somebody is inspired by you, or maybe you freak people out because you just go for it and they're fearful. They don't like your power, but Spirit says go for it, right? Whether you see it or not, Spirit says what you've been asking for is coming to you. What you want wants you. It's already on its way. It's closer than you think. And soon you're going to be able to see it. You're going to touch it. You're going to feel it. You're going to enjoy it. And then you're going to be inspired because, wow, I manifested that, right? So repeat this 3 times, shall you? What I want wants me, and I am open, willing, and capable to receive it through unconditional love now. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's it. We did our reading. We did it quick. The sun's going down. I'm going to just huck my decks in here, and I'm going to take you guys down the hill just a squirt before the sun dips, and give Bea a little bit of a run on our trail. As usual, I don't have the right hiking shoes on, and as usual, I'm really good about climbing up. I'm a freaking monkey when it comes to climbing, because I don't think about it. I just start climbing, and then I think to myself, okay, now I got to get down, right? So here's my, at least they're rubber on the bottom, these little shoes, and they're super comfy. Okay, well, you don't have to watch me look down at my feet. Wow, we're higher than I thought we were, see? Woo! Okay. Someone's beating a drum. Someone's having a session at sundown up here. That's pretty cool. I always said I wanted to take people on the land. I was talking to my girlfriend Serenity about that. How take them on a shamanic journey on the land, right? Show them what we experience and how you get messages in the rocks and what the different animals say. And oh, they're singing. How fun. Let's go over and see. We'll sneak up on them really quick. Come on, Bea. Hey, Bea. Come on, goofball. Come on. Yeah, it feels good right now. I don't have a... I'm happy here. I'm always happy on this mountain. Freaking glad I got out of the house and came here because I was in a mood. Is it just a... Oh, it's... Okay, so it's music. Somebody is filming maybe clothing, a dance. Oh, how cute. How cute. I wonder what she's got in her hat. Let's See, I don't want to piss them off by... We can go up and around. I'll go up. Sorry, I was trying to get out of your way.
No, it's okay.
Would it be better if I went down?
No, just keep flowing.
Okay.
We'll Photoshop you out.
Now I'm gonna have to Photoshop you out. Well, geez, you know what, dude? You don't own this fucking mountain. Nope. I was trying to be polite. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There we go. I think I'm too accommodating to people. I know I'm too accommodating. Spirit's been telling me that. Stop going out of your way to help people that wouldn't do it for you. And that sounds kind of like not the attitude that you want to have, but when I find myself going up and around every time, and then they have an attitude about it, clearly I'm going out of my way when I shouldn't. I should have just walked along and said, well, you guys can wait until we pass. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Clear my energy. I don't want to be prickly cactus. So, we'll go all the way to our end, and then we'll head down. Bea, come on, chicken. We still got the full sunset. That's pretty cool. Oh, the wind feels amazing. Feels amazing. Amazing, amazing. You know, it's funny. Now that I'm up here, I'm seeing the silver salt bushes. I never noticed them before. But now that Spirit's pointing them out to me at my other place, and there's not very many here. My little sacred mountain is completely covered in them. They're down there. I can see them down there. But spattered, you know, not a lot. This is it. This is silver salt bush right here. It's edible. The leaves taste salty. And the Africans use it to clear and ward off dark energy, negative energy, toxic energy, just as the Native Americans use the white sage to do the same thing. Oh, falcon. Falcon. It's the second time. Yesterday he showed up. Oh, Serenity, we were just talking about falcon. Look, it's a kestrel, I think. It's a little bigger than a kestrel. Oh, come right to us. Can we see a really nice shot of you? It's too far away for you guys. Oh, come on, he's over there where we were. Falcon talks about endurance and ultimate victory. Vigilance. Falcon, one of the raptors. The raptors are always about seeing things from a higher perspective. Super cool. Come on, you little beauty. Oh. I love it. I know for you guys it just looks like an ant, but trust me, it's right there. Oh, it's beautiful. So that's been my life, story of my life, right? Vigilance, determination. But Spirit says what you're seeking is also seeking you, and it's almost here, it's on its way. So ultimate victory